Hey YouTube, My Darkness 85 here. What's up? Here's my zombie deck profile. So here we go. We run free Doom King Balor Roach. This is like a Treeborn Frog for zombies. When a field spell card is on the field during each standby phase, this is special summon in defense mode. This effect can only be used once per turn though, once per standby phase on each side. So basically, it's a pretty good card because what this does is, basically, when a zombie monster would activate its effect except itself, you can apply one of the effects, but you can't apply the same effect though again that turn. So these are the two effects. You can either negate that effect, or you can banish one monster from the field or graveyard. So, the combination with Zombie World, I'll get to that a little bit later. It can be pretty devastating. You run free Goki, which basically, when it's summoned, you can... No, not when it's summoned. Basically, during your main phase 1, you can send one zombie-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish one zombie-type monster from your graveyard, except Goki, especially one zombie-type monster from your hand. So basically, you can banish this one card when it's sent to the graveyard to summon another zombie monster from your hand. Like, for example, you could summon, like, Unizombie, like this one right here, this guy, which pops a card on the field when it's special summoned, or something like that. It's insane. It's a lot of good combos you can pull off with this card. You can also, like, dump a Mizuki. You can dump, like, there's a lot of options. One of the ultimate tuners in the deck, Unizombie. This takes a back seat to Plagues. This makes Plaguespear Zombie take a back seat, in my personal opinion, because basically you can target one face-up monster on the field, discard one card, and if you do, you can increase that target's monster's level by 1. And you can target one face-up monster on the field. Monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except zombie-type monsters. Also send one zombie-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, increase that target's level by 1. So basically, you can increase, like, you could turn this one into a level 4. You could turn one of your zombie monsters to like a level 5. You can make like a level 8 synchro monster. There's a lot of combos you can pull with this card. There's a lot. And by the way, this is not the final build of this zombie deck. This is like a draft version. I'm gonna do some research and test out a few things, and I'll probably make a final build of it, and we'll see what happens. I'm waiting for the Hidden Summoners cards to come out. The new zombie supporting that to come out. You also run these guys right here. So basically what these do is, what this one does is, when this is normal summoned, you can special summon one Shirune monster from your hand or graveyard except this guy. So you can summon like this from your hand immediately. So you can go to like an immediate Link. You can go to like an immediate Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, or Link Karibo or something like that. There's a lot of options. And basically, if this card is banished, you can target one card in the field and destroy it. When this card is banished, you can basically target one of your banished Shirune monsters, or up to 2 of them. If the Shirune style Synthesis is on the field, you can special summon them. So basically, if this gets banished, you can revive this one back or something like that. There's a lot of options you can pull with it. It's pretty good combos. You also run these two guys here. This allows you not only to search out for Zombie World and activate it directly from your deck to the field. If this is on the field while Zombie World's on the field, nobody can destroy or target that card with anything. So it's a really good card to have. 2 Mizukis, self-explanatory. You banish it. You can revive a zombie monster from your graveyard. 2 of these guys. This is like another tuner of the deck. You could basically, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one level 5 or a higher zombie type monster from your deck to your hand. Or if Zombie World is in a field zone, you can special summon it from your deck instead. So basically, if this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish it, and you have Zombie World on the field, you could summon this guy directly from your deck instead of adding it to your hand. So you can have a 2,800 attack point monster on there right away. There's a lot of combos you can pull off with that. So it's pretty cool. It's a really cool card. It's also a pretty decent tuner. And last but not least, the free hand traps. Self-explanatory. You already know what they do. Now let's get on to the spell cards. You run free Zombie World. As long as this card's on the field, every monster on the field, on either player's field and graveyard, are all zombie type. And neither player contributes some monsters except zombie types. So basically the combos are really limitless. We'll go back to that a little bit later. 2 Terraformings to search out Zombie World. Self-explanatory. Call of the Graves. Stops stuff like Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and Reaper Cherry. Stuff like that. Self-explanatory. Book of Life and Monster Reborn. They revive a monster. This one is a zombie type monster and banishes a monster in your opponent's graveyard. 1 Super Polymerization, which allows you to summon this guy right here. We got 1 Zombie Necronize. What this does is, if you have like a level 5 or higher zombie type monster in the field, you can select 1 monster your opponent controls and you can take control of it. And if this is in the graveyard, you can shuffle 1 of your banished zombie monsters from your deck. And if you do, set this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it's pretty cool. It's like a change of heart. And 1 from 1 and Foolish Burial. Self-explanatory. Now the traps, you run these guys right here. You contribute 1 zombie type monster. Then you can target 2 cards in the field and destroy them. Then you can banish 1 Shirune monster from your deck and banish it. So it's a pretty good card. You can blow up 2 cards on the field. You can banish 1 of these cards from your deck, and you can activate 1 of their effects. So it's pretty cool. And we got 2 Infinite Imperiences, whatever they're called. These are proxies. I don't currently own any. Hopefully I'll own some soon, but I don't own any right now. So you all know what to do to negate a monster's effect. And last but not least, Solemn Judgment. So that's the main deck. Now I'm going to show you the extra deck right here. You run 2 Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragons. This is basically like a Goyle Guardian when Zombie World's on the field. When another zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 zombie monster from your graveyard to your field. So basically, like the combo is, I'll explain this combo a bit later, so I'll put that aside from it. But it's a pretty good card, and it also gains 100 attack and defense for each zombie monster on the field and in the graveyard. So it's either graveyard. Black Rose destroys every card on the field. This guy, basically, he can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. And anytime you take damage from an attack involving this card or from an opponent's card effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage you took. We got this guy right here. What this card does is, you can banish 1 zombie type monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the banished monster's original attack until the end phase. So basically what you do is you can remove, like, for example, you can remove like one of these monsters right here. Or if this card's in the graveyard like a zombie, you can banish him. He can go up to like 6,000. There's a lot of options you can pull with this card. Psych Frame Lord Omega, self-explanatory. This card, self-explanatory. We got, remember 20, I think it's 20, 23, Dark Knight of the Underworld. It's basically you can attack your opponent directly while it has an XYZ material on the field. And basically, and also anytime you inflict damage with this card, you can target one monster in your opponent's field and you can destroy it. And basically, it also negates a spell and trap card by detaching the material. And this is one of those new Exceed monsters from Cybernetic Horizon. I can't pronounce its name, but it's a card that's like near the $70 range. 2 Vampire Sucker. Pretty cool card to have. You can actually tribute monsters in your opponent's field as if they were your own for a zombie type. It's pretty cool. Link Karibo. And then the Nightmare Trio, obviously. So now I'm going to show you some combos with this field spell right here, what you can pull. For first, Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. So basically with Zombie World in the field, every monster on either player's field and graveyard are all zombie type. So basically when this card destroys a zombie type monster on your opponent's field by battle, you can select any zombie monster in your player's graveyard and special summon it. And it says, so basically, if for example, if I had this card in my graveyard, I can just summon this guy back. Or if I had, like, for example, you know, another one of, hold on a minute. If I had, like, this guy out in my graveyard, I could summon him. There's a lot of combos you can pull off with this card. And another nasty combo is this guy right here. Now, Zombie World's out in the field and every monster is a zombie, so if an opponent's monster activates an effect, they're still treated as zombie types. You can negate that effect and or banish a card from your player's graveyard from play. So there's a lot of devastating combos you can pull with this card. And also another good thing about this is if you have this monster out on the field during that time, your combo can't be disrupted. You basically can make so many OTKs, it's completely unbelievable. So, like I said, this deck is still in its draft stage, so there'll be more updates in the weeks that follow after Hidden Summoners comes out. I'll make another update or something like that. I'm going to do some testing, some play testing with some different builds, and then eventually I'll make another update of this zombie builds pretty soon. Hope you all enjoyed this video. More videos coming soon. Later, guys.